In this video, we will show you how to replace the battery on your Nissan Maxima with a 3.5-liter engine. This will be located along the driver's side front of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Locate your battery, and you can see the hold down making its way across the top. Let's start dislodging the battery hold down. To disconnect the battery hold down, you're going to find that it has two anchor points, one on the outboard side and one on the inboard side. The process will be the same. For each of these, there's a 10mm mounting nut up along the top here. We're going to start loosening these so we can dislodge the hook from down along the bottom mounting point. Okay, we got some movement there. Should be able to shake that around. Now I can see my hook coming up from this side. We'll repeat the process on this side. If it's not loose enough, we'll just loosen that nut a little bit. Okay. Now we can start removing this. If you have a handle, that can get in the way sometimes. If that's the case, just go ahead and fully remove one of the mounting nuts from its corresponding hook. Lift that off of there. That aside, and get the next one off of here as well. With the battery hold down out of the way, now we can focus on disconnecting the negative battery terminal. We'll use a 10mm for the mounting nut, loosen this just enough that we can remove the terminal end from the battery. We'll just give this a quick inspection. As you can tell, there is corrosion on this. It will need to be taken care of. We'll set this aside temporarily, move along to the positive terminal. For the positive terminal, you'll find that it typically has a protective cover on it. Go ahead and remove that, and use your 10mm once again to loosen the mounting nut. We've got corrosion on this as well. That's okay. We'll take care of that during the installation process. At this point, you can take hold of the battery and lift it up and out of position. There it is, friend. Prior to installation of your battery, let's clean a couple areas, starting with the terminal ends along the top here. For this, you can use some sandpaper or one of these battery cleaners, and we're going to go along each one of the terminal ends. We want to make sure we have a good contact surface here. That battery looks good. Let's continue on to the terminal ends that are attached to the wires leading to the battery. Now, as far as these, the areas that we're going to clean is inside the port where the battery terminal end will slide into, but if you happen to see any other corrosion in the area, you want to make sure you clean that as well. Just use a wire brush inside of this area if necessary. You can also use some sandpaper. Make sure we have good contact area there. Now we do have some corrosion. For this, you can use a small pick, small screwdriver, whatever you have. Try to remove as much of it as possible this way. Continuing on after that, you can use some hot water and some baking soda to clean the rest of this. See a whole bunch of little bubbles in there. That's the water and baking soda eating up that corrosion. All right, the negative terminal's looking good. Let's continue on repeating the exact same process for the positive terminal, assuming it needs attention as well. With everything cleaned and prepared, it's time to install that battery. Slide that down into position here. Press that down. Install your positive terminal, press that as far down onto the battery as possible, tighten your 10mm headed mounting nut. Double check, make sure it's secured, cover and protect that positive terminal. Let's make our way to the negative terminal next. Slide that right on there. Once again, we're pressing it onto the battery as far as possible and tighten the mounting nut. Now it's time to install our battery hold down. We'll take one of our rods. We're starting with the inboard one. I'm going to take this all the way down to the lower mounting point. It's fairly difficult to see with the battery in place. Now I like to put the mount underneath the handle of the battery if your battery does have a small handle. While holding everything in place here, let's continue on with our mounting nut. We're only going to loosely snug this. That'll prevent that mounting point from coming loose down along that inboard side, and we can continue on to the outboard side next. Now we can continue on to the outboard hook. We're going to have this hook going down into its final position and hook in just like this, down along the bottom there. Try to press that down. Now I'm going to bring that up and over there. We'll press this up as far as possible. Now, while holding it in this position, completely locked in on the bottom, let's continue on with starting on that mounting nut. With both pieces of hardware started in, let's go ahead and snug them up. There's that one. We have one side snug. Now let's repeat the process for the other side. Okay, we have the hold down fully installed. Let's double check to make sure the battery's properly secured. Go ahead and take hold of that. We're going to attempt to give it a wiggle. It should not move around and especially not lift up and away. After you're sure that it's properly seated, go ahead and close the hood and take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.